Okay, what's up, everybody? Here I am filming this intro after the fact because I filmed an intro at the course, but I didn't like how it turned out. So here I am at my apartment. I just finished editing this video and I wanted to do a better intro, so here I am. Basically, this is a course walkthrough video of my new home course in Statesboro, and I still claim freedom. Don't worry, everybody in Valdosta. But I basically walk you through what each hole is, how far it is, all that sort of stuff, and what I'm gonna throw on each hole, and how I'm planning to try to throw it at least. And so I really enjoyed making this video, and I hope you enjoyed.
So we got hole one here from the long that's 357. I think it plays a little longer, so we'll see. It's a very tricky hole. What I'm going to try to do is take an FX2, throw it down this left side here. There's an option on the right of this tree right here, but I'm not going to do that. Take an FX2 on a little baby flex and just throw it straight at the basket right down there. Maybe a little left. Didn't quite get the distance. I got kind of lucky and kicked right down the edge. So about 50, 70, 80 out. I'm going to take a A4 and just do a little flex forehand run at it. Oh, that was close. Left myself about a 20-foot comeback. Okay, here we are now on hole 2. The dog leg left right here. I'm going to take a 500 FX2 and just throw it to a hyzer right there. It is 336. I'd say that's about right too. What I'm going to do is take this FX2 and throw a little hyzer. Might have pushed a little deep, but I think that's good. Well, I threw a better shot than I expected. Gave myself about a 25 footer, but apparently there's been a cross country meet or something here, so we got some banners hanging from the basket. I'm not gonna let that affect me. I'm just gonna put this in the basket though. Tried to go through, but that's in there. All right, hole 3 here. It's a really tricky one. There's 345. I really don't know what I'm gonna do on this hole yet for sure. What I've been trying is throwing a forehand through this gap right here, but that's a long forehand for me and a very small gap to hit. A good ways off the tee, so we're gonna try it and see what happens, but I'm not guaranteeing this is gonna be good. Well, I missed the gap, but that's still in the fairway. Try to land it right here. Got a little 120-foot up shot to the basket and throw a little forehand at it. Maybe give her a chance to run it, but I'm just trying to put it right next to it. Really. Not the greatest, but it's up there. I'm gonna change up these hole previews a little bit. This is hole 5. It's a 546-foot par 4. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this kind of slightly flippy H3V2, throw a little bit of hyzer, just land out there somewhere in the middle. See how it goes. That was really bad, but very lucky to land in the fairway because that rough, both left and right side, is very thick. So we're up here at my drive. I'm only about 30 feet past the short pad, which is right over there on that side of the fairway. You can't see it. I usually try to land in front of all these trees right here, which would just give me a little A2 approach or a little putter backhand upshot. But I left myself a little tricky spot. I think what I'm gonna do, because it's the biggest gap, to throw a flex forehand at the basket down this side. I mean, another option I have is a little baby hyzer down this way, but that makes the gap a little smaller. So let's try the flex forehand with this D1. Not the greatest shot, but it got a lot further down than it could have. Up here at my drive now, or not my drive, my second shot now, and it got a lot better. It was a lot better than I thought. So apparently, if I triggered my second shot, I was going to go a lot further past the basket than I had planned. I think it was about a 28, 30 footer for my birdie. Now I'm on hole 5. This is a, sign says 546 par 5. I might play like 6 to 650, honestly, I think, just because of how far down the corner is, and then go over. But this hole is a U-turn. There's a double mando right here on this fairway. Then you make a little 90-degree turn, then another 90-degree turn, then there's another mando forcing you that way. And I honestly don't really know what I'm going to do on this hole for sure yet. But right now I've been trying this FX2 on a little baby hyzer, just try to get to the corner. And if I cut in early, I can just take a little forehand roller or some sort of scramble shot just through the woods towards that next mando. I hit a tree very late, so that could be pretty good. I gotta give y'all a good look at this hole. So the tee pad is back there where that bench is. You see that Mando sign. You see that Mando sign. I made that. Then the fairway comes through here. There's my disc right there. But then you got this dog leg right here. And then it's a little cut. Then there's another Mando sign right. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I can't see it on the camera. I am stupid. Oh, right there. And then it's another 200 feet that way, I think. But thankfully, I left myself, or I didn't really do a whole lot. This is where the disc landed. This little alley right here. I can just throw a little putter up there and hopefully get to that next fairway and have a look at the pin. Almost threw that too far into the woods deep, but that's perfect, I think. All right, we're up here at my second shot now. I landed in this little hole. That's all right, though. I'm in the fairway, got a shot at the basket. I'm gonna take this PA3 and just kind of toss it up there. Well, it didn't hit the gap, but I think that got through. So I came through, not the fairway. Gave myself a little look though. There's a little gap back here that I was able to get to about 20 feet. So let's just put this in for birdie. Wasn't the best putt, but it's in there. Hole 6 is a 381-foot par 3. Just a little hyzer shot. I'm gonna throw this FX2 on a little bit of hyzer. Just let it get down there, hopefully for a putt. I think that was a little early. I might be in the woods on the left. So I was right about coming in a little early. So left myself this little scramble shot. Hopefully I can get up and down for my par. Good round going. I don't want to waste it now. That was as perfect as I could have thrown that 8-4. So I'm walking up here after that great scramble shot. I can't see the disc, can't see the disc. Then all of a sudden I see it 10, 15 feet at most in that little grass right there. Nice and easy putt to save my par, which I will take after that terrible drive. I'm proud of that par save. Ooh, if I can grab this side of the basket. I'm proud of that par save. Hole 7 here is without a doubt the easiest hole in this front 9. It's a 233 foot little putter shot. Try to go up MLS and try to get a little ace one maybe. Thought I hit that tree in the middle, but that's the only thing you really need to hit as long as you keep it between the edges of the fairway. And that's it for the putt. Ended up being a pretty good drive, so now I'm left with this little 10 footer for my birdie. Just like that. Hole 8 here is a really tough par 4. It's 612 feet. Dog leg, slight right at about halfway. Maybe a little short of halfway actually, because I think the short pad's like 330, 340, and it kind of goes like this at the short pad. So I'm gonna throw this flippy 500 H3V2 on a little bit of hyzer just over those little bushy trees or whatever those are in the fairway, and try to get it to hold or flip up and turn to the right a little bit. That's a little too far to the right, but should be all right. Well, found myself right here on the edge of the fairway. Now, I'm a little bit blocked off by these branches, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I think I hit some of the rough over here and kicked me back right here, so love that. I'll take this P Model S and just try to rip it and get it to turn a little bit, and maybe get there for a putt. That was about as good as I could have hoped for. That shot worked out really, really well, so left myself this little 18 footer for my birdie. Just barely, but it's in. Hole 9 here is probably, in my opinion, the hardest par 3 on this course to birdie. It's 408 feet. You can see it. It's just right there. You can get there on a rope, but a 408 foot rope of a shot is something that not many people have, myself included. Let me get this birdie bag again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my really flippy D2 Max and throw it on a lot of hyzer, get it to go left a little bit, then hopefully flip up and come back. I've gotten this hole one time. Hopefully I can do it again on camera now. Not the best shot, not the best execution, but I got a good kick back towards the fairway, and it kept going forward. So I might have like a 50, 60 footer for a 2. Up here at my drive, got out here into the open actually, which is kind of rare to do, I think. But got this long look for a birdie, so maybe we can drain it. Left myself behind this branch, so I'm actually going to go down to a knee for this putt. Got some thorns right here, don't want to get in, so get around that. Once you're down there, it's just a simple little toss. All right, we're up here on hole 10 now. It's a 960 par 5, 960 foot par 5. You just want to get as much distance as possible out in the field somewhere to give yourself a shot to get to the short pad, which is a 90-degree dog leg left from here, where then it cuts back to the right once it crosses the creek. So distance is key on this one. You basically just want to get to where you can get to the short pad on the second one. I'm throwing a D2 Max. Not the greatest shot. I was scared of turning it over into the woods. We're up at my drive. I just had to run back to hole 8's tee pad to grab a birdie bag because it's getting hot and I left it. So I dropped the sweat. What I'm gonna do from here is just throw a little forehand with this D1 up to that sign right there. It's about where the short pad is, so a little about 50 feet in front of that. So we're just gonna get into the gap and have a look at getting to the pin on my third shot. Oh, that's so bad. Well, I didn't execute very well on my last shot, but I still have a shank. I'm still out here. I didn't throw a shank into the woods or anything. So I'm just gonna try to do the same thing I was trying to do from back there, but this time with an A2. I'm a little more comfortable with this shot. It's a lot closer too. That'll be just fine. That'll leave me on the right side of the fairway, which will give me a better angle to get to the pin back on the left. Up here, my next shot, I have a tricky approach shot to get to the pin. It's about 320, 330 out. I don't really have any angle to swing a hyzer, so I'm gonna take this pretty stable 400 Glimmer Spectrum MX3 and just throw it at a sign back there. A little bit of hyzer, and try to get left. That corner is about 60 feet from the pin. Sit down. Okay. Not the greatest shot, but it's in bounds. All this tall grass right here is out of bounds, and then there's a rope back there, which is a property line. That's also out of bounds, so I'm glad I'm not OB. Well, not what I wanted, but I had this 60-footer for my par 5 on this hole. So don't want to take a bogey, so I'm going to try to run as hard as I can. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Well, that's what happens whenever I try too hard on putts sometimes. Sometimes I shank them. Oh well. Let's get a little POV action on this putt. That was terrible camera work and almost a miss, but it's in. Hole 11 is a really tough par 3, 370 feet down here through this gap. It's a really weird angle, honestly. Not a big fan of the gap on this hole. So what I usually do is just throw a little forehand layup. I don't really want to lose my disc in a creek that's just short of the basket, about 20 feet wide. And it's black water, so you're not going to find it. There's also this option to go over the road, but that's out of bounds. I don't want to go out of bounds. I don't want to lose a disc. So I'm just going to throw a little forehand layup with my FX2. A little further right than I wanted, but that's just fine. That'll leave me a little upshot for my par. I'm up here at my drive now. I'm looking for a little 90 to 100 foot approach shot, maybe a little less. Usually on a shot like this, I'm kind of in between just a little forehand hyzer with my A2 or a little floaty backhand putter with my P Model S. I think I'm gonna go with the P Model for this one. Didn't commit to throwing that, but it's fine. While I'm walking around this creek, I just wanted to show y'all. This is what I was talking about, where it's probably a lost disc. Most places you're at, there's the pin. The hole's back there. Tee pad's back there. There's a car coming. I can get away from the road, but that's why I laid up on this one. Now, for my putt. Simple little tap in from a par, pretty much. A little more than a tap in, but shouldn't be an issue. Here I am now on hole 12. It is a 1,045 foot par 5 down this tunnel, then out to the right a little bit, and then back to the left. It goes out into a field and then it's tucked back into the woods. Really tough hole. I like it, but very challenging. I'm gonna take a pretty, kind of flippy but pretty straight D2 max and just throw it on a little bit of hyzer down here and just hopefully hit the gap. That'll be on the right side, but shouldn't be too big of an issue, I don't think. Here at my drive. Not a great spot to be, but it could be worse. I have a shot. Not a great shot, but I have a shot. So I think what I'm gonna do is throw this H3. I'm gonna go bit turnover down this little gap right here. And just see what. Don't like this run up at all. Absolutely as good as I could have ever done on that shot, I think. Missed everything, thankfully, and it'll give me a chance to get up and down for a birdie. So I left myself a shot to get up and down for birdie. I think what I'm going to do is the basket is tucked back into the woods over there, out after that field. I think what I'm going to do is take this A2, throw it hard, let it come back. So I came in just a little bit early and short, but got through a little gap back there. It's kind of a big gap, but I left myself this tricky putt for birdie. A little bit of headwind, 25 footer. Oh, it's in there. Love doing that. That probably should not have stuck, but I will take it. All right, hole 13 here. The 249-foot par 3. I'm very much in between backhand turnover putter shot and a forehand with an FX2 or a D1 or something. But right now, I'm going to try a little baby Annie with my OP Model S. Throw it a little too far right. That's going to be edge of circle, but give me a birdie putt. Well, I was wrong about being edge of circle because I'm actually about 15, so I like that. Here's hole 14, 303-foot par 3. I'll take my PA3, throw it actually right there in the middle of the P-pad, and let it hyzer back. I think that's parked. Just like I thought off the tee, get up here, park. Another birdie. Hole 15 here, 360-foot par 3. Fairway is down this way. All this is rough, but it kind of opens up. That's the word for it. Opens up at that little corner right there, so it gets less thick too. So the play really on this one, put over the rough, let it hyzer back. Dead straight would probably be about this way. This is the play. Get the pine shot on my hair first. But I'm just going to try to throw this FX2 over here and miss a couple trees. I think you can see it come down the fairway, come down through the fairway down here. So I don't know exactly how far out that is. I haven't played enough rounds in this course to know that yet, but we're gonna go see. Turns out this is about edge of circle, so we're gonna try to put it in. I wanted it. Hole 16 here, 246-foot par 3. It works well for a forehand, but I don't like the shape as much as a little backhand putter turnover. So sorry the camera's so close to me. That's as far back as I could have put it before it's in the bushes. Here's where my drive ended up. Little cap in for the birdie. I think that puts me to 8 under, which I think is my best round so far out here, which if I can get to double digits, that would be amazing because This course is playing very well right now, but this course is very tough actually. Like it. Hole 17 is a 273-foot par 3. Well, it's blind off the tee, so that's why I put the camera way over there. I'm trying to take a few Model S and just throw it on a little bit of hyzer and just get it to go fast. Just like that. This is what I like to see. I like these putts. Okay, here I am now, hole 18. You see the basket right through this gap, just dead straight. It's 606 feet. It's about 190 to 200 feet in the woods with a tunnel shot. So I can hit the main gap right there and you're out. And then about 400 foot wide open in the field. I really like the design of this hole actually because it gives you the option to either just go full power on the drive and get as far out there as you can, but that brings danger of not getting out of the gap into play very quickly. So in a tournament, I would actually probably take a forehand. Make sure to hit the gap, just get as much distance as possible with a controlled shot at least. And just get at least past the short pad, which is down to the right, because I know what to throw from there. And everything under that is a simple little hyzer. But today, I think, feeling really good with my accuracy, so I'm going to go for it with a D1. Go as far as I can. As long as I hit the gap, it's going to be a pretty simple birdie. And did it. So here's where I landed off the tee. Like I said, about 200 feet out. Got a little, I'm just going to throw a forehand because it's easier for me to control my distance on a shot like this when there's nothing really to gauge distance off of except for the basket in a wide open field. I'm a lot more comfortable just taking a little forehand hyzer and just throwing it out there wide and let it come back. Not on the pin, but it's pretty close. Well, let me get over here. I messed up a little bit more distance on the putt than I thought, but it shouldn't be too hard. Just throw it in, right? That's how you finish a round out.